So, this is kind of saying two different things here. That actually, not two different things. It's just telling me two sides to a story. So, and I feel like it is split with the lines. So we do have new love here. We do have either this is a new person or somebody from the past who's coming back as a new person. So we have this person up here who's no longer trying to get the upper hand, who's trying to be more fair, trying to think things through a little more, a little more justly. Justly? I don't know. And then we have this person down here who is trying to work through something that happened in the past. And that's why I'm saying this love may be somebody from the past who's coming back as a new love. So they're trying to let go of the past. And they're kind of getting frustrated with the process, not allowing it to just unfold the way it's naturally meant to unfold. They're trying to force forgiveness, trying to force healing, trying to force letting go of the past, when I feel like the divine, the universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, is trying to say this is a process that needs to be done slowly and steadily. So slow down, try to, keep your cool about the situation, try not to get too frustrated, try to show a little more compassion to the other person, but allow things to happen the way they're meant to happen. So let's get some clarifiers and see if that's really what's going on. Sorry, let me click out of here. So let's clarify the Nine of Flames. Page of Coins. So definitely trying to move forward, turn over a new leaf, start things a different way. Tell me about the Page of Coins. Trying to manifest a different approach to the situation. I'm not going to take all these, but I'm just going to look at them. Okay, so we do have two queens in here with the Seven of Swords and the Devil and the Five of Wands and the Magician. So in the past, I feel like this person who's ready to move on and think of things a different way, they possibly had two partners. A Queen of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles. And with the Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords, this is, competition and deception. So there possibly was a third party situation here. And this person, whatever side of the spectrum you're on, Gemini, it could be vice versa, but I feel like this is the male and this is the female. But you're trying to look at things a different way, trying to, not be the person you were in the past. And this person's trying to allow that to happen, but I feel like they're rushing the process. They're not allowing the healing process to work naturally the way it should be. So this may be a slight tie-in to last week's reading, where it was this love can't come together until you both heal. I feel like somebody here has done quite a bit of healing in this last week and is ready to really work towards this partnership. And this person also has been doing a lot of healing, but is trying to rush the process along. Trying to trying to move things too quickly, I feel like. Whereas, after this betrayal, after this deception, after this extreme hurt that she's been through, she just needs to take things slow and not try to, rush through the stages of this process. Tell me about the 5 of Orbs. 7 of Cups. With the World at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like the third party's been cut out. Definitely feel that way. And whatever this person's been holding on to in the past that made them venture off into the arms of somebody else, I feel like they're letting that go. They're seeing things a little more clearly. With the World at the bottom of the deck, they've ascended to a new level. They've grown quite a bit in this last week. Tell me about the Master of Orbs. Ace of Wands. So with the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So whatever side you're on, whether you are the Master of Orbs or the Sage of Chalices, this king right here, which would be the King of Swords, he realizes where his heart truly lies, where his wish fulfillment is, where he feels this amazing passion with, and now he feels the love. Ooh, abundance at the bottom of that, which would be the Empress. So he knows who his Empress is. And that's what's, made him really realize that he's got to kick this into high gear, because he probably almost lost you. You probably almost walked away. Whichever side you're on. So, he's really done the work this week. And I feel like it can be trusted because the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Chalices are upright. The Page of Coins is upright. The Master of Orbs is upright. He's being truthful. He's communicating with you. He's letting you know that he was wrong and he's ready to work past this. So tell me about the Sage of Chalices. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck. There's Gemini coming through. So we have 10 of Coins, the World, 9 of Wands. So this queen definitely sees a future here and is not giving up. And I feel like because she sees the future, because she knows that where her heart truly lies, where she is meant to be, I feel like that's why she's kind of rushing this process along. Tell me about karma. The Empress again at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be pregnant. And that may be why we have the Sage of Chalices reversed, because the Queen of Cups reversed can be somebody who's emotionally imbalanced. And pregnancy causes emotional imbalances. We got the Ace of Chalices, Ace of Wands, the Empress twice. There may be a pregnancy. But with karma, we have the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups. So definitely a third party situation. In the past. In the past, you guys. Don't freak out on this person. If there was a third party situation, this person more than likely told you about it. Because he is in the upright. The King of Swords in the upright does not lie. He communicates. So the karma is definitely, learning to forgive each other. She needs to forgive him. He needs to forgive himself. And both of you need to work past that. That's not the issue. You're both trying to work past that, and you're both doing well. It's just this queen, I feel like, is trying to push things on faster then it should go. Tell me about the adaptive crystals. The Empress. Why is she making it go faster? Because she's pregnant. We have Death at the bottom of the deck too, which I feel like is saying something about the Scorpio full moon that we're having on Saturday with the wheel underneath that. So it's going to bring positive changes for sure. If you are pregnant and you're trying to rush things along, try to slow down. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you have to, you know, rush things in a relationship. You most definitely can take things slow even if you are pregnant. If that is not the case, though, either way, this queen needs to slow down and take things the way they should be going. You just healed or are in the process of healing over something traumatic, something that hurt you very deeply. And although this person is definitely being truthful and wants to give things a second chance, you do have to take things slow. It doesn't matter how far your relationship progressed in the past, you are being told to start over. Because now you're two completely different people. You got to get to know each other all over again. You don't know for certain if this person is your person still. I have a pretty good feeling you kind of know that this may be your person, but you still need to get to know this person all over again. You still have to start the process all over. So, let me get you some final advice. See where you should be directing your energy for the next week. Final advice for Gemini. That was quick. Ooh, fears. Fears. So, you could be trying to rush, if you are this queen, you could be trying to rush things along because of fear. Or if you're this king, just know that this queen's fearing a little bit, possibly because of the betrayals. But it's all part of the grieving, or not grieving, it's all part of the healing process. So, just know that this person's working through fears right now. So, I'll read it straight out of here, though. Danger, fear. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. In the darkness, our fears feed from us and grow. Our imaginations nourish them and give them form. Didn't we see a spider at the beginning of this? And spiders are one of my hugest fears. Just saying. Our imaginations nourish them and give them form. In return, they can weaken us further or trigger our defenses. This scene, a clear take on a Little Red Riding Hood, reinforces the concept that danger may not always be obvious. It may be hidden or disguised. In some cases, we are utterly fooled or taken by surprise and will suffer the consequences, but very often we have a sense that all is not right, that something is out of place. Our basic instincts are triggered and our senses are alerted. Is this the time for caution or boldness? Is all as it should be? Is he all that he claims to be? Is the offer too good to be true? I can take this one of two ways here. I could definitely say that this queen needs to slow down and reevaluate if this king is all that he's saying he is. And we do need to learn to protect ourselves a little bit more. Or this could be the other side of the spectrum where this king, although he's done the healing and he's, willing to give this another shot, he could be holding back a little bit, avoiding because of a fear. And that could have been what made him venture off into the arms of somebody else to begin with, is because there was a fear of commitment. So I guess it's up to you to decipher whether you are the one who needs to set up boundaries or if you're the one who needs to, bring down the walls a little bit.